What's up guys, welcome to a new Ragnarok video. Today I'm going over the strongest humans in a more prediction based format for fighters we've yet to see, and some discussion about the strongest, human fighters so far. I thought it would be a good time to make this video now considering two gods are fighting, so we're kinda lacking in, human involvement. So yeah, onto the video. It's very clear that so far, Adam and Sasaki are the strongest humans, and they'll most likely stay in the top 5 by the end of the series. Adam, he faced Zeus, with Zeus possibly being the strongest god in the whole series. If not, I don't see him leaving the top 3 strongest out of everyone in the Ragnarok series. If he does, I'll be pretty shocked, but based on everything we got from Adam and Zeus during their fights, it's pretty clear that they will stay at the top or close to the top, and just Adam with his Eyes of the Lord ability is just broken all around. Then we have Sasaki, who defeated Poseidon. During their fight, Poseidon was compared to Zeus multiple times and kinda implied to be stronger in some regards, and with us not really seeing Poseidon's full power before he was killed by Sasaki. And then Sasaki, who started off not that impressive, but as the fight went on, he became, as he is now, one of the strongest humans and will most likely stay as one of the strongest humans. And you can even make an argument that Sasaki has even more potential and could possibly surpass Adam if he gets maybe another fight or some crazy stuff happens later in the Ragnarok story. So Sasaki as a whole is broken and will most likely stay near the top as one of the strongest humans. I'll probably say Sasaki and Adam are at least 1 or 2 tiers above every other human we've seen so far in the Ragnarok tournament. And now I'll go over some predictions about the remaining human fighters who could possibly get on the same tier of Adam and Sasaki, or maybe even surpass them. Let's go. Before I continue, make sure you're subscribed, and if you're an absolute mad lad, check out the other stuff in the description like the Discord and Patreon. Now back to the video. Let's quickly talk about characters I don't think will be at the top. They'll probably be around mid tier to low tier, maybe have excelling features in their specific match, but in the broader scheme they won't be too powerful and probably be around the mid to low tier. So we have Okita Tsuji, another swordsman in the human lineup. He may be pretty speedy, pretty fast, but I don't think he's going to be, as powerful as Sasaki was during his fight. And I predict him fighting Loki, and I don't really think Loki's going to be on the same levels like Poseidon and Zeus. So yeah, Okita Tsuji will probably be more a low tier to mid tier fighter. We also have Kintoki. I'm not too sure whether he's going to be a swordsman as well. He's kinda mysterious in how he's going to be represented in the Ragnarok universe, but I don't think he's going to be too strong, but I could be shocked and he could be, the strongest human left in the lineup. And he's also one of the remaining Japanese fighters, in the tournament, so there could be some bias to making him one of the most powerful, but I personally don't think so. We have Simo, the sniper dude. I know a lot of people are hyped for his match. I am as well, but I think him having a sniper match with most likely Apollo won't put him at one of the strongest. I do think he'll be in the more high tiers of the ranking, but top 5 possibly, but more mid tier if I'm being honest. And the last fighter I don't think will be around the top tier for human fighters is Tesla. I think he'll be similar to Jack the Ripper, where he's very tactical and kinda outsmarts his, god whoever he fights. Because as we've seen in many battles, humans can't pretty much outmuscle or outpower the gods, so they need to use tactics to do that. So I think he'll win by using, some crazy insane tactics to defeat whatever god he faces. But in a broader scheme of things, he'll be similar to Jack the Ripper, where he'll most likely get destroyed by other humans and other gods who won't initially fall for his tricks. Now let's talk about the human fighters who I, have faith in being the strongest in the lineup. May possibly get on the same tier as Adam and Sasaki, or at least very close. So we have the first pick, which is probably the most biased pick in today's video. My personal most hyped fighter to, see in the Ragnarok tournament is Rasputin. I do think he's going to be fighting Anubis, which is going to be a pretty insane fight, or maybe Beelzebub, but I'm on the side of Anubis at this point. I think Rasputin is going to be a very unique fighter and probably has some broken immortal hacks or something crazy like that. I'm very hyped for Rasputin, and yeah, with this hype, I hope he's going to be one of the strongest. I also think Qin Shi, the first Chinese emperor, is going to be an absolute beast. We've actually seen his design in the spin-off manga about Lu Bu with him on screen now. He's more of a slim, small build, so I'm guessing he's going to use maybe tactics and superior speed to beat his opponent, but I have faith in him being like the most insane speedster in the whole tournament, and possibly even fighting Odin, probably the strongest remaining god on, the god side, or at least one of the strongest. He could very well fight Loki as well, similar builds and all that, but him fighting Odin will be pretty hype. He is, the first Chinese emperor, so he has a lot of importance. I'm guessing he's going to have maybe some crazy hacks as well. We have a blindfold over his eyes, so yeah, I expect a lot of crazy stuff to come from him in the Ragnarok tournament, and I do predict he fights one of the strongest gods if it isn't Odin, and most likely loses, but super high difficulty, similar to how Adam lost against Zeus. Another fighter I believe is going to be an absolute beast, and that is King Leonidas. Everyone is hyped for this guy. He's going to be most likely an absolute powerhouse. People are predicting he's going to have his spear and shield. Hopefully he does. I do think he may be like a leading force for humanity. So like we've seen Adam, unite humanity even more than what they were previously. But I think King Leonidas could do this even more. And I do have him possibly fighting Odin or one of the other, top tier gods as well. And I think it's a possibility that he will be, the first human to outmuscle or outraw power a god. As we've seen in, all the other matches, when humanity loses, it's mainly due to the fighter trying to outpower or outmuscle their opponent. And I think King Leonidas will be the first human to be successful in that, which should be absolute hype. And yeah, I have a lot of faith in him being an absolute powerhouse. And now the last guy to talk about in today's video, we have Nostradamus, who I have no idea how he's going to fight. He's best known for his crazy predictions of, future events. Maybe in the Ragnarok universe he has some crazy prediction ability, but we've already kind of seen that with, Buddha with his future vision. Maybe Nostradamus will have that to an extreme level. Maybe instead of a brief little part ahead, he can see like the whole fight and everything that he needs to do and pretty much absolutely dominate. And people have also been predicting that he's, already seen what happens at the end of Ragnarok, and maybe the future he saw or he predicted is the gods winning and, humanity getting destroyed. So maybe his role in, the Ragnarok tournament is to win and pretty much change this future. He may have doubts in himself, but he may have worked out a way to fight against his own prediction and overcome what he initially thought was his unique power and, become an absolute beast. Again, I'm not too sure what weapon or how he's going to fight, but I believe he's going to be absolute beastly and one of the strongest human fighters. And yep, that's pretty much everything for today's video. So Adam and Sasaki most likely will stay near the top. I do think King Leonidas will enter, the top 3. Rasputin, I hope, is going to be number 1. But I doubt it. He'll probably be like maybe at 5th spot or maybe below. I think Quincy will maybe be 4th or maybe 5th as well. And then also Nostradamus, I have no idea. He could be number 1. He could be the weakest human. He could really go anywhere at this point. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for today's video. As always, shout out to the people who support the channel via the Patreon. Absolute mad lads. If you want to join the Patreon, support the channel whilst receiving various benefits, check out the description. But yep, that's pretty much everything, guys. Peace.